Hello, YouTubers. Hello, subscribers. I hope that you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Kisses to all of you. Thank you for your comments and your likes and everything. Kisses to all my new subscribers. Hello out there. I normally do these videos at night, so I'm always looking so exhausted. This video is being done during the day. A little bit is up, so we'll see. It won't get, I'll try not to cut it off instantly, but I'll try to do as much as I can because a little bit is up and running. Now, hairstyle. I am switching it. The color was okay while it lasted, but I probably really don't see myself doing this color again. Anyway, I am changing it sooner than later. I'm going to go to a different color. I'm trying to get where I'm going to be consistent with the color. So I'm working on that because I'm going back to work. I'm getting my nails down very, very low. Paint. And Kara. And stuff like that because I'm getting ready to go back to work. And so I got to do a corporate transformation. And sometimes it takes me a little bit to get there because I'm so outgoing when I'm not working. I'm a little bit more tamed when I am. Let's move on. Let's get to Meghan and Harry. So I'm hearing a lot about how Meghan's still upset about the spare book, how it was Harry's fault about the book, and she wished she had stopped him from writing the book, but it doesn't make sense. You told him to write it. You encouraged him to write it. You encouraged him to do all the nasty things that he did to his family. I don't believe Harry was on board to doing this. I know he knew that there was going to be backlash and consequences for him and Meghan's behavior. You could tell. He was nervous in the docuseries. I posted a video in my community, and it's part of my receipts. I don't have to get receipts from the media. I just get receipts from their docuseries and Netflix and all of that other stuff that they do because they tell off on themselves. Meghan blames Harry for everything. She blames Harry that his brother is trying to sabotage their legal stuff. It didn't even make sense. The storyline in the post that I posted about Meghan and Harry and their issues with their legal issues that they created themselves for her. Something about Harry's Harry's legal team or someone that Harry was working with was now working with the brother. And then she stands up and throws her hands up and says, "That's your brother, I'm not going to say anything." Her attitude is not the subject. It's the attitude that she gets with Harry, which lets me know that, oops, it's your fault because it's your brother is the reason why we're going through this issue. She blames everyone. She blames her father for their relationship. She blames the queen for not protecting her. She blames the whole family for being racist and her being suicidal. I mean, the blame game just goes on and on. And then she doesn't just blame the family. She blames the media. She blames Bill Simmons. She blames everybody else instead of listening to what they're actually saying about her to say, no, she's in denial. It's like, no, that didn't happen. That's not me. I'm not a narcissist. I get that she's trying to get away from that. I get that. I get that she doesn't want to be considered. And I know I'm talking a little fast because I'm trying to get it out because a little bit will come in here in a minute. That's her motive. That's her MO. That's how I realized that Meghan is the type of person that she is that she won't take responsibility and say that, oops, maybe I've done something wrong, but she blames everyone else. And the reason why Harry's relationship is going down the tubes with Meghan is because she's blaming everything on Harry. Harry's in trouble. Harry is having a very difficult time living with this woman because he can't please her. And he finally realizes that There is no pleasing with her. No matter what he does, no matter how he turns against his family, his country, and his friends, for her, it's never enough. Let me see if I got my notes. For some reason, my notes didn't come through, so I'm going to have to go by memory. Oops. Let's go here. There's been talks of them not being able to afford Montecito. Of course not. I think Meghan's obsession to come out, remember the pap walk? It is to, I don't think it's for us per se, as far as like, I feel like Meghan is doing it to try to continue to stay relevant in the United Kingdom as well. Because she knows the United States is not talking about her the way they are talking about her in the UK. And the only reason why they're talking about her in the UK is because of their connection, her connection with Harry. And so TMZ talks about Meghan, but it's not in a positive direction. It's in a negative direction. It talks about how Bill Simmons called them grifters and how the 2-hour car chase was a situation and how Spotify has canceled their deals. There's nothing positive coming from any of those outlets over here. They're just reporting about what's going on. And normally when you're going down, TMZ and Page 6 is usually going to be the one that's going to let you know that, this couple is in trouble. They do talk about positive things like, somebody was on their yacht this weekend with their new wife and stuff like that. They do say stuff like, Harry and Meghan was out at the 4th of July, but it wasn't on the main screen. It was on a back. You had to log into TMZ, go into their website, and look for them talking about Meghan and Harry about the 4th of July because no one cares. Now it's a whole subject about blurring the kids' faces out and all this other stuff. If she doesn't want the kids to be seen, keep them in the house like she's been doing. Because she wants them to be seen. How I know that there's trouble in paradise with Harry because Harry's never with Meghan anymore. And they can try to spin it and say, well, she's going into her own direction and da-da-da-da-da. It's always been a couple. There's a family element. There's a family. It's a family institution. The UK and the monarchy and the Commonwealth and being senior royals. It is a family business. Let's just put it that way. And when Meghan decided that she didn't want to be in the family business anymore, she took Harry off to try to make him into an A-lister, which was the most stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Because number one, why would you rank yourself down? And I say down because it's a different comparison. You can't compare A-listers to royalty. Royalty is just royal. There's a prestigious thing that goes on with being a royal, and there is being an A-lister too, but you have to work for it. You have to have a talent, and you have to want people to see you. I have 3,000 subscribers. They like me for some reason. And if I don't keep their interest, they will leave and decide, you know what, I'm done with her. Same thing with Meghan. Over here, we don't follow, and I know I keep saying this, and it's good to know because it is a difference. It's a difference between a royal and an A-lister. An A-lister has always got to be on point and being seen and having something going on. And that's not what she has. Being a royal, you're just a royal. You don't get to choose to be a royal today and not tomorrow. And then, No, that's why she's constantly being talked about in the United Kingdom. But over here, there's nothing to really talk about, so we don't. And then it gets boring and she goes away. And then they're quiet. And then we're like, something's going on with Meghan then? The last thing we heard was the 2-hour car chase. No, it was the Spotify. That's the conversation that's going on over here. Not that. Not her pap walk. Not what she was wearing. Not the dog. And don't take the dog. What is your next move? What are you going to do? how are you going to keep the United States people interested? Because over here, you have got to have a brand. Are you or nothing? And everybody knows that Meghan is all about brand. She's all about pumping herself up and putting herself here. She wants to be a A-lister. For some stupid reason, she traded down to become an A-lister. Didn't she see how Oprah was so excited that she was a princess now? And oh my God, like you are now it? No, she gave it up, thinking that the road was greener and grass was greener on this side. And the despicableness way that she goes about her trickery and manipulation is disgusting. Because what kills me now is how she's trying to pretend like she had nothing to do with Oprah, Netflix, Spare, and the rest of them. She helped him write the book if she didn't write it herself. At night when they went to bed, what did y'all talk about, Harry? What was said? No, I want you to put this in the book. And don't forget to put, about how Kate treated me. It's all in there. Why would Harry have any reason to talk down about his sister-in-law and his brother other than pleasing Meghan? And now that he's out of ideas and trying to help her become and being this perfect person for her to do whatever she needed him to be so she could become royalty, she's done. She realized that he really doesn't have anything else to offer her. But she knows she can't leave him because she needs him. So the sleeping together, I heard Neil Sean say that they wasn't sleeping together anymore. They haven't been sleeping together since a long time. They haven't been sleeping together since the basketball. This is old news that the relationship is in hot water. It's over. The only thing I'm waiting on is the announcement. Now, word on the street is that they're tentatively living separate lives. Yeah. You don't see when they were at the 4th of July, what I noticed about the video is that they wasn't standing really close to each other. They wasn't hugging and loving on each other. That hasn't happened in a long time, since the Netflix show. Remember at the game, there was no kiss? She was like, you can't get no kiss. You haven't been taking care of what I needed you to take care of. You didn't get me on the balcony for the coordination. You didn't get me over there. And then you wrote that book, Spare. I didn't tell you to put that stuff in there. It's your fault, Harry. How did it become Harry's fault? And you can hear it over there at the Sussex Squad blaming Harry. So, Sussex Squad, it's okay for you guys now to be going after her husband. It's all about Meghan. You need to change the name to Meghan's page. Meghan forever. Because you're not for Harry. It shows when you go after him. Meghan needs him to be relevant. Duh. How is that not like common sense? She can go off and try to create something of her own and she will fail. We don't care about her things. I don't care to see her. I want to see Harry. I want to see her and Harry do whatever they said that they were going to do. And if they're not doing it together, she's obsolete. Our fascination for Meghan is that she was married into the royal family. But the crazy part about it is this idiot gave it up. Like one of my subscribers said, at the end of the day, at the end when the dust settles, she will just be a bleak in history. But at some point, you were like here in history. You were the Duchess of Sussex. I don't see that anymore. Because you wanted to be an A-lister. But before you became an A-lister, you needed to trash the royal family for money. And your husband was on board only if you guys were going to reconcile and get the relationship back together. I heard that Harry is calling his brother William saying, help. Hell yes. He's in way too deep. He He's probably trying to figure out what the hell and how the hell did it get this bad. He said it once. He said it several times. He says, I don't understand how it got so bad. Look who you was sleeping with. Because that thing is gone. There's no love. There's no honeymoon. But here's the kicker. All those around her know who she is now. They know she's a manipulator, that she's blaming Harry, that she's trying to create something on her own, which is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard. And she should be going to Africa with Harry because she ain't got nothing going on here. No one's knocking down Meghan's door and talking about, we want you. And here's the kicker with Bill Simmons. I was trying to figure that out. Bill, it wasn't Harry's job to come up with something to say. He's not an A-lister. He doesn't know how to work in Hollywood. It's Meghan. And it's interesting how people attack Harry and not attacking the source that put him in the situation that he's in. Harry is a prince. He was born into privilege. He was born popular. He was born loved. And for some stupid reason, I also think this too, that Meghan likes the fact that her husband doesn't have a good popularity because she can push it all off on him. He's the one that's making everything bad. No, you went on the Oprah show first. We saw your face first. And it's interesting how she's trying to pull away from it. You can't. It's written in history. You can hear it. It's a sound. As much as you and Oprah want to hide that show, you can't. It was the beginning of the end for you when you decided that it was a great idea to go on the Oprah show and trash the very thing that made you noticed. And not only are you trying to go in on them, not only are you trying to make the real royals disappear so we can see you, because that's all I see. It's the opposite effect. Because now you are tricking our interest to find out, oh, where are the real royals? What are they really doing? Are they really doing what Meghan is actually saying? No. Say, water.
Wow.
Water. Give mommy a kiss. Okay, say bye-bye. We'll chit-chat later.